Hi, I'm Yusuf, a former analytical lead at Google and a recently turned web developer.
And I'm Omar, a doctor and a mobile developer.
And we're working on a mobile app called PulseBeat. PulseBeat is an app that allows patients to track and visualize their health signs and symptoms of major chronic diseases and share that information with their doctor.
So right now, medical decision making is a very one-sided process. A doctor will make a decision on behalf of his patient, and hand that decision down without much input from the patient. And the goal of PulseBeat is to drive data-driven medical decision making so that it's less subjective and more objective, and B, to engage patients so that they're equal partners in making decisions.
Right, and the idea is to make patients feel like they are communicating and collaborating more effectively with their doctor and playing a more involved role in their healthcare. And there's a lot of research showing that when a patient feels like they are more involved, that they are more satisfied with their healthcare, and that can lead to better healthcare outcomes.
Definitely. So, what we're, as you know, PulseBeat in essence, it lets patients track data from four major chronic disease categories, and we're targeting heart diseases, namely heart failure, lung diseases, asthma, COPD, mood disorders, and of course diabetes. Um, and the name of the game nowadays is passive data collection rather than active data collection. So what we're trying to become is the pre 21st century Microsoft of health tech. So integrating a lot of the available and emerging health biosensors and device APIs, and plugging them into PulseBeat.
Yeah, and the idea is to add a lot more granularity to a doctor's decision making and provide a lot of remote access resources to a patient for a doctor. So one thing that we're trying to build in once we get the mobile app down and feeling like we have it at a good place is trying to synchronize the data from a patient to a doctor remotely so a doctor can get real-time access to information about a patient as they're logging their data. Um, and a good benefit of this is that we can set in certain things like alert triggers so that a doctor can find out when a patient's symptoms for a particular disease have fallen above or below a certain threshold, and they can be more proactive in the healthcare that they provide. And like Omar said, we will also want to, in the future, integrate more device and other input mechanisms so that we can boost the user experience and focus less on getting the user to input information.
Yeah, right now we're focusing a lot on user experience. A lot of the existing products are really insensitive to the difficulties a patient has in logging their data, collecting data. So we want this to really be an enjoyable process for the patient.